All right, double play this morning, and we are going to get into that parent sense conversation in a short while. It started this journey of us this morning on a Sunday morning with the late great Mama Miriam Makeba with Soweto Blues, and then now we just took Body with Dams featuring Mavo. We're gonna get into that parent sense conversation as soon as we get my guest on the line. We're finding out exactly what it means to walk away or to be part of this great initiative that they have done with the innovation hub. I believe we do have now. Parent Sense is a technology platform founded by the South African parenting expert Meg Faure, and they've been selected to participate in the 2026 Innovation Hub Fellowship at the Thrive Center at the Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Faure recently traveled to the U.S. to embark on this intensive 3 months product development and market access program, joining a global cohort of fellow startups working to transform maternal and early childhood health system. And she's on the line. Good morning, Meg.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for chatting to us on Tech Africa. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So, Meg, what does it mean being selected for this initiative?
So it is an incredible thing for us. It means potential access to the global market, the parent tech market. We're a business that focuses on parenting information, and we've had really good traction in South Africa with the likes of Discovery Health and Momentum Health using our digital product for their maternity programs. But we really haven't cracked the nut of the international market. And being part of the Georgetown initiative and being one of the 7 fellows means that we actually get to validate our product and have a look at what its impact on maternal health is. But we also get access to the American market, Medicare, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, so all of the different organizations that care for parents through technology in America.
And for people that don't know what Parent Sense is, how does it support a parent?
Yeah, so my background is I'm an occupational therapist and have written 8 parenting books, of which your readers may have heard of Baby Sense and Weaning Sense. Those are the 2 most popular ones. And in 2020, I decided actually the best way to reach the highest scale and have the greatest impact is through a technology product. And so we built a parenting app, and it tracks mums and babies from pregnancy to 5 years old, covering of all aspects of early childhood health and development. So everything from maternal well-being and postnatal depression as an example, through to infant nutrition advice and sleep and vaccination schedules and so on. So it's a digital parenting platform. It's delivered both on iOS and Android. And we also have a web app, which is pushed out in Africa through Vodacom and soon to be MTN as well.
So what made this innovation stand out in terms of global stage amongst other startups?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What made this innovation stand out looking at the global stage and other startups?
Yeah, I think the fact that we have a very unique distribution model. So, many tech startups have a distribution model that focuses on what we call D2C or direct to consumer. And what we know about tech products is that they're very difficult to land and get monetized when you're building them direct to consumer. And so in 2023, we pivoted our business and we started to focus on B2B2C. In other words, it's business to business, business to consumers. So the likes of our medical insurers and Vodacom will actually give us access to their market. Now that sets us apart completely, because what happens there is that we have partnerships in the universe, in the parenting universe, and that gives us access to market. And I think that's what stood out for the Thrive Center at Georgetown, is that not only was this a product that was grounded in good parent science, and it's a very sound technology product built by our incredible tech team, but also we have a distribution model. And when you put that together, that you've got good tech, good science, and distribution, it really does set us apart. And I think that for them, they looked at that and they went, actually, this is something we could plug into the American market.
So what are you hoping to learn and achieve during this 3 months program?
So you had to choose when we were told that we had actually won this fellowship, we were told we had to choose one of two streams. The first stream is the validation stream, which basically takes whatever product it is and actually validates whether or not it does make an impact on maternal and child health. And that is massive because if you co-publish a paper with the likes of Georgetown, which is probably one of the top early childhood health centers in the world, and you get a co-authorship with them, it immediately means that I can go to a medical insurer in India or in Dubai and say to them, guys, we know that we can change maternal health. So that was the first thing that they offered us, was this validation stream. And they give us actually research. We have 2 PhDs and a medical doctor doing our research with us. And that's the first thing that we're going to get out of it. The second stream that they spoke about was route to market. So kind of mapping out the American ecosystem. And we all know America is a very big kind of cherry. And so to get a nibble at that cherry is enormous. And they get to scope out exactly who is who and then introduce us to them. So for instance, next week, I've got a meeting with the head of the American Academy of Pediatrics. Now, that's not a meeting I could ever reach out for on my own. And so they give us market access. And if at the end of 3 months, which is obviously in May, at the end of that period, we go back to Georgetown. So we went to Georgetown in February. We go back to Georgetown in May. And at that time, we take part in what's called the Solutions Fair. And at the Solutions Fair, they invite every single heavy hitter in America to come and, in this sector, to come and hear our pitch and have a look at our product. And at that point, we're hoping to sign a few contracts in the American system.
That's absolutely amazing, Meg. So then how can then Parent Sense be able to improve maternal as well as early childhood health, looking at the African landscape?
Yeah, it is the most high-risk period in any human's life, being a new mom and also being a baby. That together, there's never a time where there's more risk in somebody's life. And the reason for that is that baby's brain development and those first 1,000 days, which is from beginning of pregnancy till about 2 years old, is absolutely pivotal in the child's entire outcome. And so when we give parents advice on how to establish breastfeeding, as an example, or we give moms support around postnatal depression, we change that child's trajectory forever. And so this is really one of the most impactful areas that a person could actually invest in, is this early childhood. At the same time, not only is the child at risk and their whole life is lying ahead of them, but the mum is going through a massive shift in her life, a period we call matrescence. And it holds a lot of risk, particularly when you think about things like postnatal depression and anxiety, which is at an all-time high. And so part of what we do is we support moms. We actually do a perinatal assessment, anxiety and depression assessment, and we run this for all of our medical insurers. And so we're picking up perinatal depression early, even in pregnancy, and then are able to channel the mom into higher care so that she can actually avoid long-term negative outcomes for her and her baby.
Meg, unfortunately, we have to wrap up our conversation now. But as you said, Parent Sense is on the app, can be downloaded on iOS or Android. Even on, there is a link to it now.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So you just go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and you can actually find it there. Or if you want to get it through Vodacom, you can also on the Vodacom store. It's called Parent Sense, 2 words, and you can download it on any of those channels.
All right, great. Have a fantastic Sunday going forward, Meg.
Thank you so much.
And that was Meg Faure from Parent Sense. I'm going to take another breather. We have to pay the bills. We continue with great innovation conversation in this hour.
Frantic.